How do, Lucy Letby. I was going to vlog this a few months ago and I thought I'd wait till the jury was out, as it were, before I started talking about it. Lot to take in here, lot to speak about. Firstly, just walked past two young lads, must be 9 or 10. Very pleasant. Made the usual observations like your good selves, how shiny Stephen is. And they had a packet of fags, some Rizzlers, and they were smoking weed. Middle of the day, middle of the park. But there you go. Yeah, Lucy Letby. So firstly, and like I say, I'm going to try and cover it best I can. We're talking about evidence going back to 2015, yeah? When these excess deaths occurred. The unit she worked on, you know, high dependency unit, babies born prematurely and the like. The first thing for me, from, you know, watching a lot, listening to articles, reading articles and the like, is how understaffed the NHS is. It's become apparent that mistakes were made. Very short of staff on this high dependency unit. The NHS, what a wonderful thing it is. You know, not quite 2 years ago they saved my life. Amazing. A lot of people I know, you know, grateful for the treatment they've received. However, let's not bullshit. The NHS is full of deadwood managers, ward managers, you know, 100k a year for doing nothing. They didn't used to be there and they don't need to be there now. Diversity managers, inclusion managers, they're not contributing to anything. Time to get shut of all the dead wood in the NHS. Nurses, another job that someone decreed needed to be degree level. Bullshit. I'll tell you what you need to be a nurse. What qualification? You need some empathy and understanding. And want to care for people. Simple as that. Yeah? And then there's the pharmaceuticals. Can anyone tell me why the NHS would pay for paracetamol, over-the-counter medication here, painkiller, great painkiller, why the NHS would pay more than I pay, 10 times more than I pay going into a supermarket for the same product? Big pharma, yeah? Robbing us blind. Because the NHS is funded by me and you, taxpayers, working people. Yeah? And more people are taking and not as many people paying in. It's going to collapse. So we need to sort that out. We need to get rid of the dead wood. And good luck with sorting Big Pharma out. That's never going to happen, is it? Where's the boy? Here he goes. So yeah, a long time ago, infant deaths on this high dependency unit went up. It was 12 months before anyone was called in, i.e. the police. Lucy Letby was arrested in 2018. She was then rearrested in 2019 and rearrested in 2020. 2023 now. This trial has been ongoing since 2022. That's a long time. It's been a long trial. The summing up alone, yeah, prosecution case, defense case, and the judges summing up, nearly 2 weeks. Yeah. One great thing about this, anonymous. The kids have been anonymous. The infants that's lost their lives, who have passed, and the families not in the press. This is something we should consider for all big trials, all high-profile trials. Yeah, anonymity. I got that out, didn't I? For those people involved, because it is traumatic. Trust me. Getting up every day, seeing stuff in the papers, you know, looking for some sort of justice. Horrible. And then the other people that nobody, I don't think, consider are the jurors. Yeah? The jury on this trial give up almost a year of their lives. These terms and conditions, they're doing jury service. You're not supposed to look at media. You're not supposed to talk about it with your families. You know, you're supposed to be neutral in this, because you're going to be put in a position where you're making a decision on the presented evidence. Must be difficult now with YouTube, social media and the like, not to see anything about this and maybe prejudice you in some way. But almost 12 months of your life given up. Spare a thought for those people. The trial itself, going back all that time, 8 years, evidence, stuff that was written at the time and documented. 4 consultants presided over that unit. Like I say, it was quite obviously understaffed. There was a lot of poor decisions that no doubt led to deaths, and I'm not talking about Lucy Letby now. You know, you can't apportion blame for that. It's understaffing. Takes time. You know, if you've been in hospital, see a consultant, a doctor. Doctor's rounds in the morning, you know, they can take hours. So yeah, that is a failing in the NHS that needs rectifying. The actual evidence. So one of the big things the defence have gone for is the fact that the prosecution have presented all their evidence on the grounds that she's guilty. Obviously in this country, you are presumed innocent until proven guilty. The 4 consultants, back to them, one of them is a non. Yeah, I don't know why that is. I'd like to know why that is. The consultants have obviously given evidence. A lot is based on what they've got to say. There will have been witnesses for both prosecution and defence, professional witnesses, people to give their opinions and talk about their experiences of said deaths. So complex this, it really is. We all know somebody enhances their evidence, you know, maybe they want a conviction or they think about something after the event that's not documented. That can rubbish a whole thing. Point and fact, what's the guy's name? He's just gone out of my head. It will come to me. The black dude, American footballer in America, big trial about him murdering his wife. Defence presented some gloves that were allegedly his, that were worn at the scene of crime. Yeah, the gloves didn't even fit him. I've no doubt that guy committed that crime, but presenting something that clearly, you know, wasn't right, rubbished the whole case. So difficult. Like I say, it's been going on almost 12 months. A lot to digest and a lot to take in, and I'm glad I'm not a member of the jury. Angel of death, you know, that's not a term that I've made up. Beverly Allett, a long time ago, people remember her, got locked up in Rampton High Security Hospital for killing children. And there's been others. Harold Shipman, probably the most prolific serial killer possibly on the planet ever. And then someone I work with, I'm going to vlog separate, Victorino Chua, another nurse who is convicted of murdering people. I'm going to leave it there, guys. I was going to interview a young lady this weekend. She's not well, she's bedridden. I'm wishing her well, wishing all of you guys well. I'd like to thank everyone who supported the channel. As always, guests past, present and future. The continued support, everyone, including myself, in the comments, everyone who's bought me a brew, everyone who supports me on Patreon. There's a lot more to this trial. Watch this space. Thanks for coming. I'll see you.